No, 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 no. Perfect. This should more than suffice. All these other ice creams suck. And here it is. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Goji93 video. In today's video, we will be looking at the SH Monsterarts Shimo. Because the box is having problems when we first look at the box, I'll get the figure out. Anyways, today we are looking at the SH Monsterarts Shimo from Godzilla X Kong the New Empire. And I'll say with this figure, extraordinary. Except one major flaw that we'll get into after we look at the box. So in the front of the box it says Monsterarts Bandai. Shows the figure in all her glory. Name of the film. Name of the figure. The SH Monsterarts brand. Corner has the whole Tamashii Nation's branding. The actual logos of the company, Bandai and Tamashii Nations. And it says Legendary Toho 2025. And then all some copyright mumbo jumbo. On one side, I actually have to move back the actual box because of how big it is. It says the name of the figure, SH Monsterarts Shimo from GXK. With her in a default pose. On the other side, it just says the name of the figure, Monsterarts. On the back of the box, we get multiple poses of Shimo in a Kong. Okay, let's get to the photo. First pose is just Shimo in a default pose. Just normal good old Shimo. And yes, she's literally so big she doesn't even fit in the actual image. Okay, next image is of just a frontal picture. Another one is the recreation of when she shoots her Frostbite blast into the sky in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And then one where it's either when she's looking at Godzilla about to attack him in Hollow Earth, or when she's looking up at Godzilla fixing the mess she caused at Rio, Brazil at the end of the film. And the final photo is a Kong face. Basically a growling Kong face. I swear, they're gonna come out with a $200 pack with all the accessories for GXK Kong. Anyways. Kong here. Other than just having a face here, it's basically him running at the camera. It's basically this is the pose Godzilla basically had. Other than that, the bottom of the box just has a bunch of copyright mumbo jumbo. The name of the figure, and on the top, let me flip it. The name of the figure and the brand. And a blue light. And like, actually, is it the same as the SH Monsterarts Godzilla? Let's see. I literally do have the SH Monsterarts Godzilla box right next to it. You can see each color box has each box has a different color. Oh gosh. Whatever. Just go hold it. Yeah, this one's more of a sky blue, and that's more of a ocean aquatic sea blue. Anyways, let's get her out of her box. Okay, and out of her packaging. If you can see, her tail is in a bunch of parts. Get to these problems in a bit. So there's Kong head here, nicely sculpted, painted and detailed, just like the other 3 Kong heads, 4 actually. Because fun fact, I am going to be getting the SH Monsterarts Mothra Bazooka. Oh, the indignity, I'm gonna be bankrupt. Anyways, let's look at all 3 Kong heads. So for the first head, This is the default head the SH Monsterarts Kong comes with. Just a normal head. This is the head you get with Shimo. And this is the alt head you get with Kong. Roaring head. If I'm correct, all Suko gets is just a Kong roaring head, but it's a silver tooth. Which, if I'm correct, you can just do yourself by painting that one tooth there silver. But yeah, here's all three heads. If you're wondering how to equip the head, since I had the roaring head on Kong here, what you want to do is do something called decapitation. Then grab the head that comes with Shimo and put it on here. There we go. And we'll do a size comparison with him next to Shimo later. Anyways, I'll be putting these guys' heads away. Now, you might be wondering, why is Shimo's tail, I don't know, off of her? Well, we'll start with the first part. These pieces. They're made out of literally just flexible plastic, or you could maybe even say hard rubber, but no, just flexible plastic. Because of that, these little things here decided to come off. These you can get in easy, okay? These you can get in easy, okay? But it was when trying to apply the front to, the tail popped off. And since then, it does not want to go back in. When trying to apply the tail once, I dropped her, and this broke off. So after this review, I will be gluing her back together. And then I will do a shorter, proper, I gotta say, shorter, proper, like, look at her. But she'll be displayed against with Evolved Godzilla, Kong 2024, and Scar King. Anyways, what do I think of this figure? Paint and detail. You can see little bits of dry brushing here and there. Cleanly painted scales. Her toenails are cleanly painted. You can also see dry brushing here and there. The clear plastic for her ice spikes, ice forces, whatever you want to call them. That's why I like this one better than the Haya. Yes, Shimo in the film was a bit chubbier. But in my opinion, the paint and detail is definitely better. And also, since there is no Hayatoy Scar King, or yeah, just Hayatoy Scar King yet, I probably would have gotten a Scar King with Shimo, Godzilla, and Kong all at the same time. I did see the Hayatoy's Kong, though, with the Frostbite hand, which I may get. May. But I do like all the basically transparent stuff for one reason. Where is it? Look. And I do plan on doing a review on the Minecraft movie. The only problem is that I don't know where to watch it. So if you guys know where I can watch it, that would be greatly appreciated. And this is creepy as fuck. Anyways, let's do it. Okay. Okay. Maybe not that. There we go. There we go. That's why I like translucent stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, maybe not the whole body is... Holy shit, the whole body's like... I knew these were translucent, but geez, the body too? Well, let me just... Yeah, you can definitely see what I mean. By some of this is definitely more translucent than other parts. Anyways, It's why I like her. The translucency. Just like with Godzilla Evolved, they both have translucency to redo their atomic breath like stuff. While Godzilla's atomic breath and Shimo's Frostbite blast. And let's say you don't have a Playmate Shimo, but you have a NECA 1989 or Godzilla vs. Biollante Godzilla, and you have an atomic breath piece for it, but you don't think it fits well. Well, this figure works perfectly with it. Or the Hayatoy Shimo. Trust me, from the size, it looks like it would work perfectly. So if you want to get it into the right pose, I recommend opening the mouth, putting the tongue down, or if you want to, yes, the head can come off, but I was going to say, take the head off, and if the tongue's still there, take the tongue off, move it to the side, put the head back on, open the mouth as far as it can go. Perfect. And check. Open the mouth as far as it can go. And if you have a stand, bada bing, bada boom. Just like so. And I would say that looks really close to the Frostbite Blast, or as close as you can get. Because the one you get with Playmates is a dark blue. And if you look in the film, it's an icy ice blue. This is a closer look you're going to get to the actual Blast than the Playmates figure. So I would recommend this. Let's get into her posability. Oh, and by the way, the price I got this thing for was not cheap. SH, if you want to beat Haya, do what they're doing and make your figures cheap like theirs. This thing was $240. I'm now actually in credit card debt. I'm $30,000 in credit card debt. I still don't know how to pay it back yet. Back to the review now. So, for posability, her head is on a ball joint. Her mouth has an opening and closing jaw, a ball jointed tongue. Her neck is on on a swivel right there. I'm pretty sure that's just a hinge joint. This whole area here is on a swivel. That's just a ball jointed pad. Her arms can move, or front legs can move in and out. Can move about that far forward and that far back. Has a double bend at the elbow, front knee, whatever the heck it's called, and a beautiful pivot. And her front paws can actually also move up and down. Both sides, actually. Her whole body, each one of these is on a swivel. A tight swivel, but they can bend left and right. And here's proof that her tongue was on a ball joint. See? It's a one-way ball joint. Unlike others that are ball jointed on both sides. Those, like the one in the head here, are called dumbbell joints. Probably Java Hong already explained that to you, but if not, here you go. Now I must fix her head. So, her back legs are on the same on both sides, except with this problem. They both can move in and out, have a double bend at the knee, I guess a pivot, a really good one, both ways actually. And her, I guess, paws or whatever, have a hinge joint. So yeah. And then, like any standard SH Monsterarts, we'll go through the broke off segment first. There's a ball joint here, ball joint here, and come on. We just broke it off, a ball joint there too. Would I recommend the figure? We'll get to that in a bit. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. My dad will fix it anyways later. Then you have these, which are on ball joints. These are dumbbell joints. Both of these are on dumbbell joints. And then we have the tail, which is on ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball. Like a ton of ball joints. Like a ton. And if you're wondering, oh, SH Monsterarts would make something like this probably out of soft plastic. If this hurts, this guy here hurts, and he's not made out of soft plastic, then you're guessing that, ah, shit! My point is, this thing is, it hurts to hold. Or, if you want to be, basically saying what it feels like holding a porcupine. This thing is sharp. I have caused myself to bleed multiple times. If you don't believe me, there. Yeah. My hand isn't red because I've been playing in paint. That's my mind when touching this thing on the back. It feels like I'm touching knives. Oh my gosh. This thing's a weapon. So I'm going to be putting it on display. But if you're wondering how big it is, we'll do two size comparisons. Because if you're wondering, I think you can get her on her hind legs. Here she is sitting on two legs, but you will need a stand because she is very top heavy. But since I do not have a stand, by pressure I was able to keep her up there. So, size comparisons. We'll do it with some other figures first. So, the SH Monsterarts Shimo next to the Playmates Titan Evolution, Godzilla Evolved, and Rubber Boy, which is still holding up even when I do that. They will be coming back for a later size comparison. So, let's get the next Playmates one. The Playmates Godzilla Evolved next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Hiya Toys Energized Godzilla next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. And still on two legs, she is taller than him. To be honest, he's actually kind of the same size as Evolved. Actually, no, I think he's taller than Evolved. Let's check. Let's have Evolved on both legs. Yes, even on that, he is taller. Okay. The Playmate Tsuko with Titanus Doug with Rock. Next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Mystery Blind Box Hollow Earth Crystals. Next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Playmates Battle Roar Kong. Next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. Fully extended Drown Viper next to SH Monsterarts Shimo. And if you're wondering how tall, yeah, he's gonna be taller than like Shimo. He's longest and tallest. But if you have him in his curled up or normal state, Drown Viper ain't gonna be too tall compared to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Playmates One Eye next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. And he's still holding up really good, and I still like this figure a lot. Playmates Tiamat with Submarine next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo, and there's the submarine right there. And finally, actually, these are the non-SH. Mini Kong and Mini Shimo next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. Look at how tiny it is. Oh my god, it's cute. My previous review, if I'm correct... No, wait, no. My review... Well... One of my previous reviews, the SH Monsterarts Kong from GVK. The SH Monsterarts Godzilla Evolved next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The SH Monsterarts Kong from GXK with Beast Glove and Axe next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. And she is literally so big compared to Kong that he is out. She's out frame. The SH Monsterarts Scar King next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. And now time for the final size comparisons and then my final review. And this time it will be her on all fours. So you can get a good size up. Anyways, here we go. The Hollow Earth Crystals next to the Hollow Earth Crystal blind boxes next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Hollow Earth Crystal blind box Mini Kong next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Playmate Doug with Rock next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. SH Monsterarts Shimo next to the GVK Kong from SH Monsterarts. Here's Shimo next to Playmate Suko. Next we have the Playmate Drone Viper next to Shimo. The SH Monsterarts Shimo. Next is the Playmates Battle Roar Kong next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. Next is the Playmates One Eye next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. My previous review, the SH Monsterarts Scar King next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Hollow Earth Blind Box Crystals Mini Shimo next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The SH Monsterarts Kong from GXK 2024, or just the SH Monsterarts GXK Kong next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The High Toys Energized Godzilla next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. Playmates Shimo with Submarine next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. The Titan Evolution Godzilla Evolved and Rubber Godzilla, which still is one of my favorites for the whole jiggle. The Playmates Evolved Godzilla, still a weird one. And finally, the SH Monsterarts Evolved Godzilla next to the SH Monsterarts Shimo. And finally, my next review, actually that I completely forgot about, is the RC Godzilla. This one is my next review. Now, time to give my final thoughts on the figure. So, what do I think of the figure? The tail, I was able to get help for with getting that fixed, but other than the tail, paint and detail, 9 out of 10. It's just probably the only problem is that paint easily rubs off. Don't believe me? There's a little splotch there, and it just, you can tell if you get the figure. Price, $240 for this. Solid 1.2 out of 10. Haya did better with price, I'll admit that. Accuracy, 5 out of 10. Some parts, nailed. Others, not so much. Okay. Durability, 9 out of 10, because of obvious reasons. Okay. Articulation, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. SH Monsterarts is always going to have a 10 out of 10 with articulation. Okay, 10 out of 10. Would I recommend the figure? Maybe. If you're either a collector or have the cash. Do not buy it if you don't have either. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna go put this on display with the other SH Monsterarts figures up there, making a Rio de Janeiro battle scenario or a whole Earth battle scenario. Anyways, if you like the video, you can like, share, subscribe if you want. I'm going to go cry to the bank to see if I can get more money, because I am literally $30,000, maybe $300,000 in credit card debt. And yeah, wish me luck on getting out of my Great Depression, literally and figuratively. And have a great day or night wherever you live. Peace out, see you later, alligator. And SH Monsterarts, you have problems. Hey, Papa, how much debt am I in?
You're not. You have a little bit of money left.
How much longer
I haven't figured it out, though.
How much longer till I go into debt?
I haven't figured it out.
Good enough for me.
Hey, do you mind paying for this? I don't have any cash.
Sure, I'll just put it on my credit card. I'm never gonna pay it back anyway. 'Cause I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they call, I tell them I can't pay it back yet.
Credit card debt?
Tomorrow I may buy myself a dining room set or this Boba Fett. Credit card debt, credit card debt, credit card debt.